Hey friends, I'm glad you're joining me this week for VBS and for Compassion Camp. I have a challenge for you. I am about to read you a verse from the book of Deuteronomy, and I want you to practice it and memorize it and write it on your heart. Now you might say, Miss Ashley, why is it important for us to memorize this verse? Why is it important for us to have memory verses? And my answer is because you can learn a lot from them, and you never know when the verses you have memorized might come to your mind on a day that you need it. For example, a couple weeks ago when everything felt crazy and I was really stressed out and I was sad about not getting to live and do our normal things this summer, I had a verse from the book of Proverbs pop into my head. I had memorized this verse probably 5 years ago and had kind of forgotten about. And I think it was God's kindness that He gave it to me that day, and it brought me comfort, and I didn't feel as stressed afterwards. So as we're growing up, it's important to memorize these things, and they'll comfort you one day. Okay, so let's get to our challenge and our verse for this month. Ours comes from the book of Deuteronomy, like I said, chapter 6, verse 4 and 5. I hope you can read it. It says, "Hear, O Israel, the Lord your God, the Lord is one. Love the Lord your God with all your heart and with all your soul and with all your strength." Deuteronomy chapter 6, verses 4 and 5. Maybe you've heard that verse before. You might already have part of it memorized in your head and written on your heart. But we're gonna know it really well by the end of the month. So I thought for today's challenge with the memory verse, we would come up with some motions to help us remember. So I have some of my own. You might choose to do different ones, but I'll show you what I came up with. Are you ready? So I'm going to say, "Hear, O Israel," like I'm listening. And then I'm going to do the sign for Lord in sign language. So we make an L with our hand and we tap it on our shoulder and we go all the way down to our hip, like a sash, like a king might wear. So, "Hear, O Israel, the Lord your God, the Lord is one." And number one. "Love the Lord your God with all your heart," make a shape of a heart with your hands, "and with all your soul." And so the sign for soul is you make a C shape, like a cup with your hand, and you put it on your chest where your heart would be. And then use your other hand to pull out your spirit, to show it like it's coming out of your heart. So with all your soul and with all your strength. Got to show off your muscles for that part. And then I'm going to use my hands to make the Bible like I'm holding it and say Deuteronomy chapter 6, verses 4 and 5. All right, I'm going to do it one more time all the way through. You're welcome to do it with me, or when the video's over, you can make up your own motions. You ready? "Hear, O Israel, the Lord your God, the Lord is one. Love the Lord your God with all your heart and with all your soul and with all your strength." Deuteronomy chapter 6, verses 4 and 5. All right, I can't just wait to see what you came up with to help you remember this verse.